The day's finally come, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to set up and tune the Bazzaz ZFI and do some road testing with this Ninja 650. So first we're going to get the program loaded up, connect into the Bazzaz, get the stock map loaded, and set up the auto mapping feature. So let's jump over and get that going. Okay, once you start up and load the Bazzaz ZFI program, I also have the AFM, the auto tuning module, which is a wideband O2 sensor. So this is going to allow us to go in and tell the bike to monitor itself to see what the AFR ratios are, and then we can go in and make corrections. And because we have an aftermarket exhaust and an air filter, we definitely need to do that. So this is the standard map that comes with the Bazzaz. This is basically a modified stock map based off of 91 octane pump fuel. Now if you look here, we can go to the self mapping tab. I have already went in and set this for 12.2, which is typically a strong point for the most horsepower. If you want to go to something a little more fuel efficient, what you'll want to do, we have it in target AFR mode, and we will go to select all, and we will replace with, let's do 13, and then click apply. And now our target AFR is going to be in the range of 13. So when we're ready, we just click on start, go ride the bike. You just want to do normal riding for the first time. That way you can get a general starting point to start playing around with the fuel tune. And then you gradually do longer rides. You come back, review it, and it'll show us what the changes will be. And then we hit apply all, and it will copy that into the main fuel map window. Okay, so let's go back and change all that to what I'm wanting to do. .2, and we are set up. Now let's start it. Okay, that just enabled it into the Bazzaz, and I am connected in through my USB cable. And you can also go into your settings and diagnostic. Let me do that real quick, show you what that is. So if you go into your diagnostics window, you've got throttle position, closed, and the open position. Basically to set that, you turn the ignition on, and this TPS where it says out of range will come up and say OK. And then you click on read closed, and that inputs the voltage of the throttle at 0%. Then you turn the throttle all the way open and click read open, and that is your 100% throttle range. Now I've already done all this. Once you have that, click save calibration. So I also went through and put in my gearing just to double check against the factory settings, and they were correct. So there's no need to really mess with those. Okay, let's start the auto mapping again. And we are ready to go ride. Okay, now that we have the Bazzaz all set up and ready to start auto mapping, I'm going to go get some gear on, and we're going to take the bike, get fueled up. Nice easy ride. It's about 2 miles, 2.5 miles. And we're going to come back and check and see what the AFR is, just going gradually up through the gears from here a few miles down the road and back. So let's go for a ride. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're just going to take it nice and easy. This is the first ride for the Ninja 650. got to get used to the geometry of this bike. It's a world different from the Z650. Brakes are working well. I've also relocated my mic to try to get less droning in the helmet, but Jesus, over this exhaust, it's probably going to be just distorted all to hell. So we'll see. I may be putting the baffle in on this exhaust. There's just a little bit of hesitation, which the fuel tune will help that out. Because I'm going to say this bike's probably running rich as hell, or excuse me, lean, really lean right now. In here and get some good fuel. Oh no, they're out of the ethanol, non-ethanol. Well, freaking hell. I gotta get used to this bike not having the self-canceling turn signals. I'm telling you, that adding that to the Z650 has been awesome. Okay, so we're gonna get some fuel, head back to the house, and then see what our air to fuel ratios look like, and we'll do some adjustments and go for a longer ride. So I'll see you back in just a moment. Okay, full tank of fuel. Let's go back and see what we're looking like. Well, this exhaust is definitely loud as hell. It's got a loud booming tone to it, but it's also got a rasp that I'm not too fond of. Alright, now that we're hooked back up to the Bazzaz, we're going to go and click stop and retrieve. Okay, and wow, there's some big changes here. Plus 22, plus 27, plus 32, plus 39. Leaned it out. Wow. Okay, so let's see what our AFR data was here. Okay, here's our recorded AFR data. Wow, okay, so we're super rich down low. And then we were extremely lean between 6.5 and 7K at starting about 60% throttle up through 80% throttle. That's a little scary lean there, 16 plus. So that's what the Delkevic has done to the stock air to fuel ratio. So again, if you ever put a Delkevic exhaust on, you need to go get a fuel tune, especially since I've got an aftermarket air cleaner, which adds a little bit to the lean mixture. So let's apply all of these changes to our map. It says you're about to modify your map. Do you want to save a copy before you make any changes? And I don't, so. Okay, finished applying adjustment to the main fuel map. So we're going to hit OK. Let's go to target AFR, select all. I want to bump that up a little bit. Let's not go so rich. Let's go to about a 12. We'll start at 12.8 and see what kind of improvements we make on our power. All right, so now what we want to do, you don't have to clear anything out. All you got to do is go back and click start again. Okay, and now it's going to start remapping, and we'll go for a little bit longer ride, check and see what that looks like, and we'll keep making adjustments and start doing longer ride, make adjustment, longer ride. We'll keep doing that until our air to fuel plus or minus adjustments are down to like +2, +3, somewhere in that range. Because once you're making very minute changes, you're pretty much set. And then we'll have our map made. Okay, so let's go for another ride and see how those changes help the bike. All right, now we're going to go for a slightly longer ride. I also moved my microphone a little bit. I was getting just way too much wind noise. So, back to the slightly muffled sound. I can already tell with just that little bit of adjustment that we made, the bike's got a bit smoother throttle transition. Church traffic, awesome. Now the cool thing about these RSV rear sets that I keep harping on, man, your feet go down in the perfect freaking spot, like it's supposed to. They're just behind your calf. You put your feet down, clear shot to the ground. You don't have to step out or these kids are like, rev it up. anyone that doesn't think a 650 has enough power, Yeah. They got plenty. Okay, let's check them out. Okay, we've got everything loaded back up after our longer ride. I've already stopped and retrieved all of the data, and I'm seeing again some really lean conditions running this brand of exhaust. There's 16.2, 16.3, that's in the upper throttle, higher RPM range. There's 16.2, upper RPM at 40%. So 15.5, 14, 15.3. So yeah, it's still getting pretty lean through there. And then down low at cruising, running a bit rich down there. Okay, let's see what our suggested fuel adjustments are going to be. Okay, backing off some fuel here to bring it up, lean it out a little bit. That looks good. And then dumping the hell out of the fuel up here to bring the AFRs down, richen it up. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to apply, finished applying. Okay, now let's look and see what our main fuel map looks like. Okay, so overall, there's one little band through here at about 4K RPMs, cranking on the throttle. Leaned it out. Let's see, no, it was going fat, so it is taking fuel away. And then right through here, we're dumping tons of fuel to make it rich or run proper. It's running way too lean. But right here, that's plus 39 fuel adjustment. That's huge. And see where we're getting to +2, +1, +2, +2. That means this area here is getting really dialed in, which is what we want. So when we start looking at our self-mapping, once we get into -1, -2, +2, you know, once you're within small increments, we're just where we want to be. So we'll keep repeating this process back and forth, making fine-tune adjustments, and we'll have a perfectly tuned-in bike to the AFR that we've set, which is 12.8 on this Ninja 650. So I'm going to re-enable. It automatically clears and it's ready to start recording again. So there we are, ladies and gents. There's how to tune with the Bazzaz ZFI module with the attached Z-AFM auto-tuning kit. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'll be glad to answer as best as I can. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to take this Ninja back out before the rain gets in. Until next time, ride safe.